First, a few community notes, and no, I'm not going to turn the radio down because Kid Rock is on. First community note is probably a lot of people don't like Kid Rock's song about Northern Michigan because they're not from Northern Michigan or didn't spend any time in Northern Michigan. Talking about the sandbar and all that stuff, that was our lives. The next is KLT, Omelette and Finster. Oh my gosh, you know, I like listening to them, but boy, they can be dumb. They're talking about trapping and killing possums. Unbeknownst to them is the number of ticks that possums eat. Possums are the tick killers of the natural world. There's no reason to eliminate them unless you actually like Lyme disease. Next, I will turn this down. Couple viewer questions. The first is Steve, our friend Steve, was asking me about this stave because he had cut a lot of American elm and then turned it into staves right away, and they all went banana and roller coaster. He was wondering about this log. How do I know when it's dry? I don't. I cut this about a year ago, and it's basically a log, so it's not down to 9%. But the only thing I could think of would be how I'm going to approach this. I will cut just a single stave off of it and immediately turn it into a home guard bow so it won't have the same problems with warping and getting bad. If you immediately turn it into a bow, then your chances of it being okay are okay. A moisture meter would be the only way. Cut a section off and then measure where the fresh cut in there and see where it is. But I'm pretty sure that log is not 9%. But again, I'm not going to just turn it into a bunch of staves. I will remove wood as I make bows. Why not? It can sit around forever. It's going to dry slower, but whatever. Next up, viewer question is, can red oak, because I mentioned, I said, you cannot take a red oak or an ash, a lot of other woods that are not, Osage can handle it, you can handle it, juniper to some degree. You can't have a paddle bow, whether it's 66 inches or 38 inches. You can't have a paddle bow out of a lot of woods that bend through the handle. Consider this. The paddle bow was designed to be like multiple bows side by side to get as much weight and draw weight out of that piece of wood as possible. So you've got multiple bows side by side here. Literally, it's like gluing two bows together side by side. But in the center, that is that single bow. And so whereas this was designed to handle draw weight and draw length, this thick bow right here, in narrow bow, wasn't. Plus, in a 66-inch bow, there's no reason, unless you want hand shock, to have it bent through the handle. 66-inch long bows have enough bending length in the limbs to handle that. In my list of duties today, is to tiller this bow and get it rounded and ready for rawhide backing. And the back is, aside from doing some rough tillering, probably just to even the limbs and stuff, it's probably done. Because once I rawhide back it, I can't sand the back anymore because it's rawhide backed. And this is interesting. This is the first time I've ever fire hardened a paddle bow. And, you know, it's like, I've got this commission bow. Should I be experimenting with stuff? Well, I'm so familiar with this, it'll be great. It'll be a great bow. So I'm not too worried about it. You make 300 or 400 paddle bows in your lifetime, you kind of get a feeling of how they operate. I'm going to round the back and tiller that. It's such a beautiful bow, that hickory gull wing. 49 and like 3/4 inches tip to tip. I'm going to sinew back that, not today. I am going to rough out a couple of Osage horse bows. And I really don't, for the time being, that's going to be it as far as Osage horse bows, because I've got so many wonderful woods around here. I've got hickory, I've got choke cherry. I'm looking at these things. Hard maple, elm. I want to make gull wings out of other stuff for a while, but they'll all be for sale. Next up, I also have to finish that flat bow, the recurved flat bow, and that just means putting a handle on it and making the bowstring. This is how I'm going to handle it. So it has a smooth transition where I've got the cork on the belly and the back to make it thicker. I'm going to take, what is this? This is 120, and I'm going to actually cut so it's smooth, and then I'm going to glue it to this sanding block, but not right, I'm trying to do this here, not right to the edge. See, there's a little bit of wood there. So when I'm sanding to shaping it right where the wood meets the cork, the sandpaper cannot hit the wood. It'll just hit the cork. Oh man, 10 degrees out, which makes it kind of hard to work without gloves, which I have to do when I'm making bows. These things are about useless after 5 minutes. But on the positive side, up here in northern Michigan, I don't need to worry about tornadoes, hurricanes, major forest fires. All we have to deal with is chilly weather and some snow, which is winter. With that, I shall draw it to a close, go in, make another cup of coffee, and glue, because I can't glue anything in this 10-degree weather, the sandpaper to this block so I can finish that flat bow. And with that, I will draw to the close. I hope you're all safe and having a nice January. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.